everyone. A very beautiful morning to all our lovely viewers of Lighter TV. My name is Shafla Naigaga at Morning Breeze. Today it's a very beautiful day. We met one of the contestants aspiring for mayorship, and this is none other than Honorable Lemeriga Sabino. So let's get started to our program. Sir, we are delighted to have you today at Morning Breeze.
Thank you very much, my esteemed viewers. My name is Lemeriga Sabino once again. I am one of the potential contestants for the position of Koboko mayorship. I have been inspired. This is not my first time. I'm not new in politics. I started politics in way back in 2011, where I was a deputy speaker town council. I climbed the ladder. The other time I became the speaker of Koboko Municipal Council. I served also for 5 years. Then later on I went now as a division mayor, Koboko North Division, where I currently am serving. I became inspired based on my experience, my competence and the education that I've attained, and all that happened within the municipality happened when I'm seeing. So I have a vision that when elected as a mayor of Koboko Municipality, I'll be able to take Koboko Municipality from good to great. And I have, of course, core pillars that made me to stand. Number one is I know Koboko is one of the most strategically located municipalities in the whole of the world. It is bordered by 2 international borders where trade can boom. And once trade is enhanced, we would have a lot of local revenue, and this local revenue can be used to improve the livelihoods of the people. That's number one. Number two is, you know that in urban management we have core areas that matter so much. Number one is, of course, the cleanliness of the town. Garbage management is one of the things that all the urban towns, all the cities are grappling with it. You go to any of the cities in Africa or in Uganda, you realize that the garbage is a challenge. So one of the things that motivated me to stand is to see that we have already started with the current mayor, Sanya Wilson. You know, under the European Union, when I was still the speaker, we were able to receive funds and we were able to secure a tipper lorry that is being used for managing the garbage. But we needed more. So why I am contesting is to see that we have a very clean town. Number two is we need to have a town that is well planned. And of course, we cannot do without planning. If you want to develop, you must have a well planned town, a town that can be able to be developed in the 30 years, what is going to be the look of Koboko Municipality. Because we are now trying to transit from a municipality. Of course, we started from a town board. We want now to transit to a city status. And these dreams are there with us. And I have the password. The password is that when you vote in Lemeriga Sabino, we shall be able to move there in 30 years, a well-planned town. The third thing is we need to have good roads. When you move around Uganda, you realize that most of the municipalities and cities, their roads are tarmacked. They have street lights. And there's a deliberate program that is called USMIT program. And this program is enhancing all the municipalities and the cities. We are lucky that in our struggle, because I happen also to be a member of UAU, I happen to be a member of AMICAL. Those are institutions that help to lobby for the cities, lobby for the municipalities and towns. I happen to sit there, and together with our president, the president comes from Koboko Municipality, that is Sanya Wilson. In all our meetings, we have been pushing to see that Koboko is considered in this USMIT program. And now I must tell you vividly that Koboko is now considered. So once I am there, we are going to have good roads. And this is a dream that we started. And I believe that once the dream you started it, you should be able to see the success of that dream. So that's why I am being motivated to stand as a mayor of Koboko Municipality, to see that we have good roads in the town, we have street lighting, and above all, we also need our market. You have realized that during our campaigns, the issue of the market vendors has been a very contentious issue. These market vendors, others are selling along the streets, others they say they don't have a space, but of course, Koboko is earmarked, Koboko Municipality is one of the municipalities earmarked to have received a modern market. And because of ups and downs, that's what for me I am standing for. Because I know the history of Koboko. I know why we are not getting this market. Once elected, we will be able to harmonize those few challenges and see that Koboko Municipality receives a modern market. And that market will be able to bring all the vendors together. They will have space to sell. Even their children will be having a place for, there will be a daycare for the children. There will be a lot of things in that market. So we shall not be we shall not be complaining of space. The market is going to be well organized, and
Exactly.
even other things.
Yeah.
So there are many things, and above all, education.
Honorable, I've seen if you're to become the mayor, Koboko indeed will develop. But I have something that breaks my mind. What measures will you use for it to make that Koboko is developed? Which measures are you going to use?
Of course, there is one thing that as a leader, for you to measure the development of the people, first of all, their lives must improve, the standards of living, okay?
Yeah.
You will measure the standards of living through when you see people are now for leisure. In economics, we are thought that for you to know the standards of living, you will see the number of people going to dance, people going for entertainment, people going to stay in hotels. When you see the hotel industry is booming, you know that the standards of living are improving. And then you'll be able to see when people initially they are only having 1 meal in a day, but where they're having now 2 to 3 meals, the clothing that they are wearing, the vehicles that they are driving, where they are taking their children to school, it is a way for you to measure that indeed whatever you're doing, like in schools. When previously the number of first graders are maybe 100 in the municipality, where they are moving now to 200 and 300, you will definitely know that the standards of living are improving and the lives are improving. So there are those indicators that we are going to be using. And then of course we shall be able also to measure the paternal, let me say, attendance in hospitals, okay?
Yeah.
Where if you realize that the attendance is very high, it means there's a problem. But where the attendance in hospitals is reducing, it means the standards of living are improving and you are doing a lot.
Yeah.
So there are going to be a number of indicators that we are going to be using for measuring whether we are progressing or we are not progressing.
But that's a very, very good leader. And indeed, if you are to become the mayor, indeed Koboko will develop. I really want to know for you how for real are you going to make it? You see roads, youth are on the roadside, not doing anything, and yet they're educated, the roads are not good. So I don't know how are you going to make it work.
I want to tell you that development is a process. It comes gradually, and it has also a number of factors that sometimes restrict or to make it for you to move forward, okay? Like Koboko Municipality, as I told you, we are situated in a very strategic location. And this term of office happens at a wrong point, where you realize that in the northern side, actually businesses are crippling now in northern side. You go to Kaya, you realize that there's no economic activity taking place. The whole of this belt. You go to Congo has its own challenges. That one there also a little bit affected. The boom in Koboko Municipality, but we now need to do extra, need to move extra. So when I will come in, I'm going to add on to what he has done. Those are the few areas that we think are not put. I'm simply coming to add. But I want to say that he has laid for me a very good foundation. Whenever I'm going to come in, I will simply come and add a bit and see that we move.
By the way, Honorable, you didn't make it during the primary elections. What happened?
Thank you very much, my sister. In the primary elections, those let me say it's unfortunate. Those are elections that were marred with a lot of irregularities.
Indeed.
You realize that there was too much interference. The primary elections were not free and fair to an extent that this lining procedure, it was good, but to some extent it is very bad. It disadvantaged very many people. You realize that some people were voting several times. There was intimidation, and the security took it upon themselves to now use their powers to intimidate the voters, to arrest people, and to nullify results. So an extent where I was leading, you realize in the morning up to 8, I was the one leading. But when they nullified my results from Nyangilia, claiming that they were malpractices, yet they arrested all the registrars, the village registrar, the ward registrar. They arrested the supporters of my opponents and my supporters also, that they were conniving. So it actually affected my lead. They now had to cancel results from 3 polling stations. That is in Adakada, Anjinjin, and Ali Makoda. And those results made me now, it created that gap for my opponent to be declared as a winner. So that is precisely what happened. I tried my best to go to the tribunal, the Narem tribunal, which is based in Kampala. But somebody before I went there told me that, my brother, you're wasting your time. That tribunal is going to be even worse than the district registrar, the district group who nullified your results. They are going to be even worse than that. But I tried because I wanted to enter into a record, okay? for us who did a bit of administrative law,
Yeah.
there are certain things you must enter to the record, so that in the future it can be used as a reference. I, of course, petitioned, but up to date, the results are not very clear. I am not even served with the verdict of the ruling. I hear on corridors that the ruling is in favor of my opponent, but up to now, I have my lawyer. I keep on disturbing him. They have not served him with the official ruling. So it's all the same mess. And I must say those ones happened because NRM indeed is a mighty party. It is too big. The disadvantage of having too many numbers in the party sometimes you bring in people who do not understand the principle of the party. I will not say NRM party is a bad party. It's a good party, except now there are those bad elements in the party who are really messing up the party.
Yeah.
And that's why I have chosen to stand as an independent candidate.
If you're to go through these elections since you came back as an independent, are you going to still continue with NRM party or you will go to another party?
Definitely I will continue with the NRM party. Why I am coming out to stand as an independent is to tell them that we are not satisfied.
Yeah.
It's like a way of protesting that no, there are certain things that are not fixed. We are simply moving out, but once they are fixed, we are coming back.
Yeah.
Because it's our party. I must tell you why I love NRM. Why I love NRM party is because it is a party that our family struggled for it. I want to tell you, my father, Lemeriga Sabino, and my uncle, Amule Alex. For my father, he was one of the first cadres, people who were propagating the idea of NRM. Actually, how the constitution, the process of establishing the constitution, they were the ones training the community on the principles of NRM and so forth. Until he became an instructor in the army, he fought all the wars of the NRM, the NRM up to date, until the wars, up to the last wars we fought in Somalia.
Yeah.
So this peace that we are enjoying is because our parents struggled.
Yeah.
And I will not leave it like that because they sacrificed. Some of us did not go to better schools because our parents were sacrificing for this country.
Yeah, exactly.
And now we cannot leave this peace to the children of the businessmen and those allies. Remember there's that missing link.
Yeah.
When our parents were fighting in the bush, they were fighting, protecting the country, seeing that there's a peace. The children of the businessmen and the allies were in school. And for us, we were struggling. We were not being taken to good schools because, remember that time, the salary of the army, they were getting their salary in the bush. Sometimes 2 years or 3 years, you will not have any communication with your parents. So for us, we've been sacrificing. So we cannot just leave this party like that.
Yeah.
It's our own thing, and we feel that if there are errors, they have to be corrected. Once they are corrected, we will come back to our
campaigns. How are you going to preach unity to ensure that you have peaceful elections, not like as you had for the primary elections?
Yeah, thank you very much, my sister. This time around, I think we're going to have an independent electoral commission. We witnessed it during the nominations, the processes that went through. They were really free and fair.
Yeah.
You'd see the atmosphere that you were in. I am optimistic that having now an independent electoral commission is going to give us clear guidelines on how we're going to conduct our campaigns, and it's going to be binding. Now, a party is more or less like an association, but now this one is now the independent electoral commission that is there by law. Of course, NRM is there by law, but the independent electoral commission carries more weight, okay?
Yeah.
Because their declarations are going to be final. So I know they're going to have a guideline. They're going to have a guideline where we're going to campaign, the areas and so forth. But we are going to preach a message of unity. That's why I have chosen the ball. When you look at the people who play football, in a football there are guidelines, there are principles, there are laws. Like if the referee gives you a yellow card, you know that there is a problem.
Yeah.
When you play anyhow, you step on your friend, of course there is a penalty. So that's why I've chosen a ball. We wanted unity. We shall be talking about our president. We vote for the president. But of course others will say, okay, those ones who would say now also vote for me, though I am an independent, but I'm going to work with the president. So we shall be preaching that message of unity. I know there we shall not have a lot of problems.
Okay. Like, are you successful in your nomination or you are yet in the process?
I am duly nominated on Tuesday by around midday. I got all the signatures and I was impressed. It showed me that people really love me.
Yeah.
Because I started the process of collecting the signatures on Monday.
Yeah.
The other day I was able to get all the signatures, and even more signatures were sent to me. Everybody would want the name included because they say that their win was nullified when they will still love me, they were annoyed. Actually, it's like they are protesting that this time around they're going to come in big numbers. And I collected the signatures within a short time. It is an indicator that people love me. People love me.
Yeah.
Even up to more others are saying that, when are you carrying us for the nominations?
Yeah.
But I told them that no, these nominations were only, they only need very few people. They only needed the official agent, they needed the proposer and the seconder, who would still come to them and brief them on how the nominations went on. I am already duly nominated. They gave me a symbol of a ball.
Yeah.
And I am
congratulations.
It's my pleasure.
It's a very congratulations. Can you at least give some words to your voters who are listening to you right now?
I want to tell my voters that we have already started the journey.
Yeah.
And this time around it's going to be a little bit rigorous. It is going to take us like close to 4 to 5 months where we are going to be elected. And I know we are now going to stand with a mighty party which has a lot of resources. This time around, let us stick to our agenda. We should not think about the money. We need to vote in leaders who are competent and leaders who are able, who can bring unity in this town, who can foster unity, bring in love, and then and development. Because our cardinal role is to bring development to this municipality, so that at the end of the day, the common person must be able to receive the services that he requires by law. So let us work together. I don't want politics of division. I want the politics of love. And we need to play our game in a very good manner, in a manner that cannot bring hate, that cannot bring any violence. This time around, we need to strategize, because we are going now to face a complete party, which is not going to be very simple. It is not going to be very simple. So let us work together and move together until we saw that our win was really wrongly nullified. We need to show to them, and we can only do that when we can be able to mobilize thoroughly and get our win back.
Okay. Briefly, your manifestos to the voters, what you will do for them if you are to go through these coming elections.
If I'm to go through, I will begin by ensuring that we have a very clean town. A clean town where garbage is managed very well.
Yeah.
Number 2, a well-planned town. Number 3, improved on roads. Number 4, we need to have clean water, extension of water. Number 5, lights in the town. Number 6, education. Education is very key. We want to look at issues of education. We are not passing well.
Yeah.
Despite all these good structures that are put in place, I want to tell you that our learners are not doing well. So we need to put rigorous, we need to put in a lot of strategies to see that our learners should be able to pass very well, and they must be able to catch up with those ones learning in Kampala, in Fort Foto, in Barara, and the rest. So that we also, then on health, in my manifesto, my issue that I am going to stress there is going to be education. Education, we want to have health education, because I have noted that most of people die because of preventive diseases. Most of the diseases are preventive, not curative. Preventive diseases, that when you tell somebody that you boil the water, you do this, you can be able, you sleep under a mosquito net, and many things. Our issue is going to be on health. We shall do a lot of education, so that we live longer.
Yeah.
Then on businesses, we are going to educate our people on how to handle their monies, how to have opportunities on business and the rest. That is, let me say, basic livelihood. That is where my manifesto lies on. Because when you have a lot of money, we can be able to take our children to good schools. We can also be able to eat good food. Also health is food.
Yeah,
when you eat very well, you can be able to live longer. So that's where I'm going to dwell on. This is my manifesto. It is a very huge document, a 25-page document, which I believe, when it is well implemented, we will see a lot of change in this municipality.
Thank you very much. May Almighty help you abundantly and you go through these elections. By the way, I see the duties of the leaders, everything in you, and I believe that God will help you and you'll go through in this mayorship position of yours. Thank you for watching, our lovely viewers. It has been a very, very wonderful day, and vote who is right. Thank you. Love you all.